Welcome to Rational Review. I'm your big host, Big John. Today, we're going to answer the question, do women think bald men are sexy? I think it's a yes.
Bald. Controversial take, but just go bald. This is for the men. If you are thinning to the point where you're insecure about it, go bald. Shave it, buzz that shit off. There is controversial take, but just go bald. This is for the men. If you are thinning to the point where you're insecure about it, go bald. Shave it, buzz that shit off. There is nothing more attractive than a confident bald man. And I can tell you that confident bald man, I'd take that any day over an insecure hair thinning man. Don't hang on to it. I get it. I would die if I lost my hair. But bald men are in. Hello, White Lotus. Oh, that was thinning. Bald men are in. Controversial take, but just
Bald men are in. Okay. I think a lot of men will be happy to hear that. Let's check out what some other women think.
What makes a bald man attractive? This one's for the men who's facing hair loss or balding. The number one reason why you haven't been getting the woman that you want isn't because of your visible scalp. Yes, women do like a man with a good hairstyle, but if you don't have one, that isn't a deal breaker. In fact, there are women who prefer bald men. Why? Look at Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. These are a couple examples. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that they get a ton of women because of their fame and fortune. Although your diagnosis may be a little true to an extent, I can guarantee you that they were getting female attention even before they were rich and famous. And this is what I want to focus on. The reason. These two individuals didn't let their balding scalp be the reasons that they didn't achieve their dreams. They never let the hair loss hold them back. So the real reason why you haven't been able to get the woman of your dreams isn't because of your hair loss or that you're bald. It's because you lost your confidence and self-esteem in the process of losing your hair. What makes a bald man?
Okay, so she's definitely got a point. She's definitely got a point. Let's see, where is it? There we go. There we go. Oh, no, pause. There we go. Those two, you telling me these two guys wouldn't still be able to get women if they didn't have money? If they were making, you know, 50,000 a year or 30,000 a year, you're telling me they wouldn't be able to get women? That's just ridiculous thinking.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but men, bald heads are sexy. So if you're thinning and balding, I'm 38, and so I'm around men who are at this age, thinning and balding. And I've been hearing, I have brothers, I have men in my life, right? And I've been hearing talks of going to Turkey to get hair transplants. Don't do all that. Just shave it off, because bald heads are legit sexy. So embrace it. You know, men can get away with that, women can't. We can't. But oh my gosh, a good bald-headed man. I know I'm not the only girl that thinks this, so just a side note, just thought I should let y'all know. Bald heads are sexy. I don't know who needs to.
I love this. I just looked over at one of the comments over here. I love it. This is crazy. I'm bald just for you. Oh my goodness. There's somebody else. I needed to hear this because I'm thinking, but I don't want to take medication nor go to Turkey. Yeah, no, dude. Shave your head. I started balding when I was early 20s. As soon as it started getting too thin, I was like, nope, it's gone. It's gone. And yeah, I've never had any trouble with women disliking me because I'm bald. I will admit I had long, beautiful hair that I do miss. And women seemed to really love it. But, women love the bald heads too. All right, take a look at this. I'm not going to play the sound because it's, I don't want to get copyright or something. But the older I get, the more varied my taste in men becomes. And I've reached the point where I have to unashamedly admit that sometimes bald men are really attractive. I'm sorry, I have to speak my truth. I don't know when this happened, but it did. I love bald men. Thank you, miss. Always good to hear. All right, here's a good.
Do you think hair matters?
Sometimes soul and attitude matters the most, but of course beauty matters.
You're saying bald guys aren't beautiful?
No, I'm saying
I was right.
sometimes, not sometimes. I think for it's not the most important thing, and beauty is so relative.
What I think she's trying to say is she can fall in love with you and think your bald head is sexy no matter what. She just falls in love with the person. And, yeah, bald is not part of the person. I mean, being fat and overweight and stuff, that's one thing. But just having a bald head, no, it's just a different hairstyle.
I can say bald guys aren't pretty.
Should a guy who's bald get a hair transplant or just accept himself?
First, I advise for accept himself, but if he's not okay with this, do it. Put a hair in it.
Do you think hair...
See, she says if you're not happy with yourself, she's not saying that she would prefer a guy with hair because she doesn't really care. Hair does not make a man. That's what it is. Hair doesn't make the man. It kind of goes back to like what was it? The suit doesn't make the man makes the suit. It's not about how expensive a suit you have on. It's about who's in the suit. And my even more favorite is kind of similar. It's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the size of the fight in the dog. I found one that the top 5 most liked features, where I guess like muscular physique, 42% of women like a guy that's muscular. 40% women like a guy that's bald. That's not saying 60% of women don't like bald guys. They're saying 40% women probably prefer bald guys. These are what women prefer. So women prefer what, at 40% bald guys? That's like, these are like the highest numbers. Let's listen to what they have to say. You'll see what I mean.
A new survey says women are more attracted to guys who rock that smooth scalp. Ow! Now, mind you, not just any bald guys. Some buff bald guys. Think Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, or Vin Diesel. According to a new survey out of the UK, 42% of women said a muscular physique was the most attractive feature in men, followed closely, everybody, by a bald dome. Blue eyes, beards, ooh, give me a beard, love it, and dark hair rounded out the top 5. By the way, research has shown that bald men are seen as dominant, honest, educated, and intelligent.
Oh. Now, your man has, he doesn't have blue eyes.
No, he has brown eyes.
But he's got 4 of the 5. Ain't bad.
And we actually had the same haircut at one point.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Yeah, we did. We had the same haircut at one point. And I always say, marry someone that you've had the same haircut with at least once,
You have to have, he's got, the right facial features.
Yeah. He's got dimples.
He's got dimples.
He does.
He's a
cutie
chiseled feature, kind
of. Great eyelashes. Yeah.
Very buff.
I do feel like you have to have, a nice chiseled face.
Yeah.
And a hot bod, right? Yeah. With a bald head?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So listen, when I saw him right away, I was like, it's a man. Man. A new survey says
So as you can see, women like bald guys. But yeah, I mean, if you're bald, it's like, yeah, they might like that, but can't be fat. I mean, look at the husband or whatever. The one lady's man. It's like, yeah, he's in okay shape. That's it. You just have to be in okay shape. I mean, if you got some actual definition to some of your muscles, it's even better. The more you got, the better, apparently. Uh, can't do nothing about the blue eyes if you ain't got blue eyes. Beard, I don't know, I think they're wrong because they're like, oh, you have to have a face for a beard. It's like, no, it depends on how you cut the beard. You have to figure out the right way to cut the beard for your face. You know, and it goes all back to uh, the same thing that I've spoken about before to many people in my life, that it's about confidence. And, women say they want confidence, but what they don't tell you is it's not about whether you feel confident or not. It doesn't matter if you're confident. What matters is that you act like you're confident, or like you exude that confidence. It's like you have to kind of walk around, you know, feeling like that a-hole because you're like, yeah, I'm confident. Yeah. You have to like strut it. You have to like strut your confidence around, showing people you're confident. And that's what they like. And it's just kind of crazy. Because I didn't realize that for years. It's like, really? I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a super confident dude. I'm, super, it's like I had all these things that they say they're looking for, but I'm like, but I don't think that they see these in me. It's like, why don't they see them in me? It's because it's not whether you are or not. They want you to be showing that you are. You have to like act like you are. And that's the crazy part. There's people out there that act like they're confident and they're not. They're not confident themselves. They're not confident in themselves as a man, but they act confident. So women take that and think, oh, he's really confident. And then, he's second guessing himself on everything all the time. And, is not a very confident person, but he knows how to act confident. So, yeah, it's a little weird, but that's a big part of it. Let's see what this lady's going to say about it.
I've always loved men who had waves, locks, curly tops, and we can't forget about the men with the bald heads. Now, I didn't understand what the aunties were talking about when I was younger. I was like, what is their fascination with these bald head men? But now that I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? A man who can embrace that the hairline has declined and just decides to just get rid of the whole thing, baby. And with a beard, oh,
Bald
sure,
head,
y'all.
confident,
The bald
perceived
men are out here,
confidence.
honey, and they look good. I've always loved men who had waves, locks, curly
He
tops.
said they look good, but it's crazy. They're like, oh, a man that's can just shave it all off and just be like, oh yeah, and just they're confident. It's like that's perceived confidence. It's crazy. You might not be confident at all, but because you shave your head because you don't want a weird looking hairstyle, you're perceived as more confident. Isn't that crazy? It has nothing to do. Yeah, I mean, it might have nothing to do. A lot of times it is because there's a lot of men that especially back in the day, that used to try to keep whatever hair they could, but you know, a lot of us like no. Like I said, when I was younger, nope, started thin, nope, gone. And I know that that came off as confident to a lot of women, but it's like at the same time, like I don't want no thin looking hair. I'm not gonna look in the mirror every day and see this thin looking hair and not like it. I'd prefer a bald head over that. So I'm just gonna do that. But listen to what she said at the end, though. What did she say at the
Men who
end?
can embrace. Men are out here, honey, and they look good.
Oh, 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 that
I've
was
always loved men who had
close,
waves.
right?
The bald men are out here, honey, and they look good.
Again.
The bald men are out here, honey, and they look good.
All right, one more time.
The bald men are out here, honey, and they look good.
And those of you that maybe thinking that, oh, maybe she's only talking about black men, especially with how she started talking about, was it the weaves and the rows and stuff? But it's like, no, it's like the concept carries across races. Yeah, you know, uh, yeah. So if you're balding, just go with it, man. It's not ugly. Let's get a man's perspective on this. Let's see what the biggest lie bald men tell themselves. Ooh, how's this one gonna go?
The biggest lie bald men tell themselves is that women do not find us attractive. I used to think the same thing when my hairline started going. I figured my dating life was pretty much over. I avoided dating apps, I wore hats on dates, I convinced myself every woman was judging my scalp before hearing me speak. But here's what changed everything. The Rock, Jason Statham, Vin Diesel, these guys aren't succeeding despite being bald. The moment I stopped hiding my baldness and started owning it, everything shifted. I mean, literally, I met my wife after I was bald. So it does turn out, bald and confidence beats hair and insecure every single time. The biggest lie bald men tell themselves is that...
What was that thing said? Let's go back to that one more time.
I figured my dating life was pretty much over. Bald and confidence beats hair and insecure every single time. The biggest lie bald men tell themselves is bald and confidence beats hair and insecure every single time. The biggest lie bald men tell them...
Just like I was saying, it's about that confidence. It's about confidence. The man is the one that wins the woman over. It doesn't matter what the man looks like. I mean, yeah, obviously you can't be like on the complete other side of the spectrum. And yeah, you're going to have more luck if you're on this side of the spectrum with like The Rock and Jason Statham and stuff, But if you're anywhere in the middle, it all just depends on you, your confidence, and who you are. I'm sure I could find many more clips of men saying the same exact thing as this guy, just because it's true. It's absolutely true. All right, bald men are sexy. That's it for today. And that's the lesson for today. Bald men are sexy. So if you're worried about being bald, get over it. Just get over it. And it's going to cost too much money to get hair that you're not going to like. And, just get over it. Just be happy being bald. It's part of who you are now. And remember what a lot of these women said. Bald men are sexy. See y'all next time.